Wow. Today's price action is honestly really, really solid. And I ended up the day with a nice win on two micros. I have the execution of the video. I will show you guys in a second. And then I decided to lock my account, even though I was looking for a continuation higher that we're starting to get. But I'm very happy that I locked my account after the win, especially after yesterday. They just kind of start building that momentum back up. Let's go to the account real quick. I locked it out after the one trade. And as we can see, it's going to say two trades here, I believe. Yeah, two trades just because I took profit at different spots. $200 on two micros. I'm more than happy with that. And I'll kind of go over that trade in a second, or yeah, right now actually. Off open, we came back down all the way to equilibrium. Get rid of this data low. We came back down to equilibrium of this entire leg right here. Right here we see 50% come down. We sweep out all of this low resistance liquidity from yesterday that we were just stalling in. So we sweep out all these lows. Over here, we even come near this new day opening gap. Don't quite get it. And we see a inverse fair value gap on the 5-minute right here. That's my entry. I got in a little bit late. And I'll show you, not late, but we got in a little bit higher. And our take profit was these highs here, and I was going to leave a runner to that. Data highs up here, but I just kind of closed the whole trade because I really didn't think that we would just run straight up. And hindsight-wise, I'm glad I got out because we would have been stopped to the tick at break-even right here, which is crazy. It would have gone all the way back down and then start pumping. So happy with this. Why did I take profit here? Well, there is a 5-minute imbalance here. There's also a somewhat 15-minute imbalance. But the main reason was this fair value gap right here. And just the fact that this is high of day, right? This is 931. So this is an area where I could expect price to go to and maybe stall. If it's a range day, you typically see market open price comes up to it and then reverse, and you see a lot of stalling. So I got into this trade here, more like around here, I believe, maybe even a little higher. We'll pull up the video, and I captured around, on average, 50 points on both because I made 200. I think I took one off at this high and then one off here. I took one off at the 30-minute imbalance. I remember that. So I took one off at this high here. We'll see on the video. I don't really care that much. But we'll pull up that video real quick and go over that. That was the first trade. Super happy with this trade just because it's a winning trade and it followed my model and I held my trade, right? So leverage good, waited for a good setup, followed my model. Slight hesitation to get in. As you can see, it's about 30 seconds after that candle printed, a few points higher. But I do like to wait a few seconds sometimes. I'm not going to hate on myself here because sometimes you could see an instant black candle down and it's just like, so maybe this hesitation makes sense. But this first part of the trade is where I'm most happy with how I managed it because the first few minutes in a trade is when I can get the most hesitant, the most scared, right? We're up a little bit, obviously nothing crazy, but we're up. Our stop is down there just kind of floating at around 198. I did not ever intend to lose 198, but I definitely was like, I don't know if I'm really comfortable not having to stop just in case it rips lower. So I'm more risking this order block there. I'll hopefully get onto the whatever. So we were up nice and early. We were never really in drawdown, and let's go through the period of drawdown, kind of what was going through my head. I really like this reaction. I trail my stop to this 5-minute fair value gap, this inverse. So now I'm risking 113. So I probably could have got away with one more contract for sure, maybe two more. Two more would be a push. If I got in at the 5-minute close, I probably could have gotten 4 contracts. But I was risking around 166 at most. So 3 contracts would have been generous enough for the $200 risk. But again, well in my risk parameters. Very happy with that. I was now paying attention to this fair value gap. I wanted to see this fair value gap hold. We're at 957, so we're right in the macro, which is good. The 10 a.m. is going to open us up, speed us up. I held my stop a little bit lower just because of that 10 a.m. at macro or 10 a.m. candle opening. I wanted to leave room for the volatility. And it was a medium impact. I think I do check the news. I really just wasn't worried about that news because it wasn't red folder, and I just expected to push me into the draw of liquidity, which it does. So at this point, I'm happy. We're up 50, 60 bucks, 56 bucks, right? And at this point, the fair value gap held really nice. That's a nice reaction. I was scared. This is about 2 minutes before the 10 a.m. I was like, do I just close? Whatever. Glad I don't just close, obviously, because it's just fear trading. Now I'm risking around 128, and I think I ended up deciding to move my stop to the low of this wick right here. Reason for that is we had rebalanced to this fair value gap. We got a 5-minute inverse. We have hold this order block. We shouldn't really see past this anyways. We have a fair value gap. So this right now is very fine to put my stop here, and the reason for that is just because we have a lot of context. A 5-minute fair value gap, a 1-minute inverse, 5-minute inverse, order block that held, right? A fair value gap that held here, order block that, this breakaway gap, this fair value gap, right? There's a lot of things holding price to where my stop loss is in a very good spot, but mentally when I'm in the trade live, it's hard for me to process that. So looking back, I'm glad I recorded this because looking back, my stop was in a great spot. I could probably even risk a little bit less. But I'm fine with risking a little bit more on a trade as long as it's in my risk parameters because, I never want to be stopping myself out and me making a mistake rather than the market. So it's definitely good I don't trend my stop to this low, even though I don't know if it gets taken back. I check news real quick here just to make sure, and we are Wednesday. Some orange folder, pending home sales. I've seen pending home sales many times live, and I know it doesn't really do much. So I'm like, okay, I'll move my stop here. We should be fine. I wanted to see a nice close on the 5-minute. This was very good. I wanted to see this become an order block, and I believe it does. So I was very happy with my stop loss. Again, I could probably try my stop even more, maybe to the consequent encroachment of this 5-minute inverse, but I didn't want to make the mistake like I normally do and be a little bit too aggressive. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll leave this and see how it works. So 10 a.m., I'll show you guys how the 10 a.m. opens. I'll kind of speed through this a little bit. So 10 a.m. opens. I do want to kind of make sure to see where I end up going break even because I think that was a little bit aggressive when I go break even. So 10 a.m. opens, and hopefully I don't move my stop too soon. I move my take profits around. So I'm going to break even now. What do I feel about the break even? I don't love it, and I don't hate it. Why do I not hate it? We have an order block we put in here. We respected the order block. We traded to it, and we displaced higher. Where would I rather have my stop? Honestly, not really that much further than where it is. Maybe on this fair value gap low here because we rebalanced. Really, we shouldn't stall and rebalance to it if we're in a really efficient run. But again, maybe just closer to the consequent encroachment of this 5-minute because, again, it is just a little bit bold to assume the market's going to go straight in my favor. So although I don't think I got lucky today, I do get lucky that the trade doesn't, pull back a little bit more because trades can always come back and kind of retest an area. Maybe come to a fair value gap and like this 5-minute was opening up here. So I think maybe I could have just left my stop underneath this 5-minute here and just kept the risk on the table. So I think it was a little bit early, but again, I struggle with that. So again, good thing I record these things. I can kind of react to that and see how it plays out. So I was kind of tempted to take a profit there. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to put this is a stop loss, a one take contract stop loss. We trade to this order block. We get a nice reaction above it. So now I'm confident that we shouldn't even revisit there. So now I am confident with the break even. I don't mind the break even now because I want to see an efficient run from this point on. I see a 5-minute fair value gap right here that I end up marking out, and we end up closing above it. And at this point, I'm definitely not going to take a loss on this trade. And I was looking at just different spots of where I wanted to trade my market sell to. We end up putting an order block here. We trade to it, we come up higher. I'm not letting go of it. I'm waiting for the trade above this. This is a 30-minute fair value gap. And I was going to wait for the trade above there and then drag my stop loss there so I couldn't give that up. And it comes down. It kind of stalls. I'm happy with how I hold this, right? We're up 174 bucks. And we just hold it well. And then what happens here? It stalls a little bit, I think. Yeah, we stall. And then at this point, this candle, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, here we go. It kind of happens quick. So here on this candle, it's about to make an order block. It's about the close good. So I leave my stop here, and then I put it at the 30-minute. Unfortunately, it didn't help me out this time. We end up losing out on a little bit, right? We could have maybe just left the limit order at this high. We would obviously made more profit. And then we got filled at this low. Sometimes it helps you, right? It could just run up all the way up here really quickly, and then you can trail your stop and stop and stop and stop and make more on it. This time, it kind of unfortunately caused less of a gain, but we end up locking in 106. Our stop's right here at 17, and then I end up letting it play out a little bit, and then I just kind of got nervous in the trade, or not nervous, but I didn't really feel like stressing myself out. and anything, and I was going to move my stop to here, lock in $74. But then I was like, you know what, I should probably just close this trade, and I end up closing it somewhere soon in the next few seconds. So I ended up just closing the trade, and I ended up with a 200 on the day. Do I hate the close here? Not necessarily. I don't hate the close because we are rejecting that imbalance. We took out the high of the day. ES was a lot more bullish at the time. We'll go over that. So that was the trade there. And what do we end up missing out on here? We end up missing out on about 6 points, so about $12 on that first contract. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, realistically, obviously if I held to the data highs, it would have stopped us out. ES, the reason why I got out also is because ES took out the 815 high, the data high, at 1004. So 1004 is right here, right? So we had already taken out the objective on ES, so we made an SMT. So again, another good reason for me to close the trade. More than happy with that. So that's the trade. Why did I decide to close my my account after that trade? Well, just because yesterday was rough. We took a good trade. We made one risk, right? Basically $200. We locked in that. And it's election week. You know, price action hasn't been too stellar. I mean, I like price action recently. I think it's delivered how it should, and it makes sense. But, I mean, just look at this. I mean, I'll show you guys some stuff that I was looking for in here that ended up playing out nice. But, I mean, this is tricky price action, man. It really is. So, and this is not ideal, right? We're not running these highs. We're making, like, equal highs. I mean, this is really, really tricky market conditions. So, again, I'm more than happy to just step away and paper trade. And that's what I did. I stepped away and paper traded. So, where was the rest of the day for paper trading? Well, we had this inversion of what I got originally. Did not come back down there. What do we have here? We have equilibrium of this move. Right here, we trade to equilibrium, which is that 5-minute fair value gap. Right here, this 5-minute. We trade to the 5-minute fair value gap. We sweep this internal low. We put in all of this low resistance liquidity. And we get a nice move, right? We make a breakaway gap right here on the 1 minute. We inverse this 1 minute fair value gap. You could have entered off of this inversion, or actually didn't inverse. I entered this on paper. And then we instantly get a black candle coming down. And let's see if the 30-second never touched the fair value gap. 15-second never did. So we had all those breakaway gaps. Anyways, we close back above this, which is also a 2-minute fair value gap here, right here. We close above. This was the better entry, was the 2-minute. But let's just say you got in on the order block, long position here. You get in on the order block, right? A close above this fair value gap. And then you could have your stop under this fair value, under this order block. And then you'd go break even at this high, and you'd be holding for this 56 points. Did not ever hit, sadly. But the reason I still think this is a really clean market condition is because ES was very clean. So this setup was really, really good. Unfortunately, the setup didn't play out all the way. But what do we get? These equal highs. If you were risking enough, you could take a profit this high. Boom, equal high, go break even. And this is, 22 points. It's over 1-to-1. We unfortunately don't get up here. That's just the market conditions that you'll have. And then we actually get a nice re-entry here on this 5-minute gap. So right here, I'll mark out this 5-minute gap here. And as you can see, there's this 5-minute fair value gap right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you kind of see it. We end up trading down to that 5-minute gap. ES at the time had equal highs with London high, I believe. So ES actually was really clean here. We had this equal high here at 1130. 1130 was right here. So when we get this inversion right here, I then expect price to at least run to this high. This would have been another entry. Long position, I would have my stop right here. It actually gets pretty close. I wouldn't take profit this high, but I'd go break even. And as you can see, it hits this high narrowly, stops you out at break even. So that's unfortunate, but I'll go over ES, right? And ES, the reason why ES works, or doesn't, NQ doesn't work out, my bad, is because this is the same thing. Right here, 15-minute fair value gap. We trade down to this 15-minute after the displacement higher, after sweeping out these lows. It's also a 5-minute fair value gap. What do we get here? We get the same thing. We have a displacement leg. We hold this bullish fair value gap. We make an invert or order block right here. So order block holds up really, really nice. Boom, order block. We then inverse this 1 minute gap right here. You could jump in a long right there. Your stop loss would be under this low, 3.5 points. Take profit 1, this high 8 points, and then you take profit at the London high there, 11 points. And this trade works out beautifully. It's the same trade on the NQ that got stopped at break even, runs all the way, makes equal high. What does it do? Trades back down, takes out this low, which is also a 5 minute fair value gap, right? If we turn off the drawings. It's a 5 minute fair value gap right there. Boom, trades back to it. We get a technically re-entry. I wouldn't re-enter an ES here. Right here, we inverse and we run straight through to the highs. Boom and boom. This trade, unfortunately, is on ES, and I never trade ES, but I want to start learning how to build conviction because same model. ES was a lot more bullish on the day because we had taken out the data high. So ES was clearly the more bullish asset, which I need to be more cognizant of. And then we end up running the trade really, really well. I mean, this is a fantastic trade. We end up taking out London high here, and now that's why we're starting to stall. That's why I believe NQ didn't end up taking that. I don't think that it can't come back up there. I just think that's going to be harder to. And that was a fantastic trade, and that's really my market review for the day here because that's how I saw price. That's what I would have liked. And I took those paper trades. Sadly, on NQ, got stopped out of break even both the times. ES played out perfectly. And that's just sometimes how it works, right? A lot of times ES doesn't trade as well. And then you miss out on if you don't take it, if you take it on ES. This time it worked out the other way. So I really was happy with today's price action, really happy with how I traded and what I saw. Really happy with stopping myself out after my account after the trade. Like I went over some of the mistakes with my trade. Overall, pretty happy. Overall, going back, if we look back at this trade, I'm happy with this trade. I think it's a good trade. I don't love trades that just go straight up like this, right? And it's already 65 points up from the low of the day. I don't love those trades because I like to sometimes see another manipulation. So sometimes I can convince myself that I got lucky. Like, I can feel like I just got lucky on this trade. But I think it was a good trade. I think it was a good entry. Follow my rules, follow my risk, stay disciplined. And that's just gonna be how things have to go, right? I made mistakes yesterday. But like I said, what changes? Nothing. I come back tomorrow, which is today. I come back today. I find a trade. I enter a trade, and I execute better, right? And that's all we can do. We stay more disciplined, and that's all we can do, and that's all we will do. And yeah, I'm just happy with how today went. Don't really think I could have taken a loss today. The only potential loss was this inverse right here, inversed on the 1 minute. But if you're paying attention to the 2 minute, we have a nasty little wick here, and it kind of gets you away from that. But you know, a loss there isn't the end of the world. It wouldn't be the worst trade ever, but it would be a little bit frustrating if you just go off the 1 minute. Same signature and price, same idea, but didn't work. So, again, nothing changes, right? There's going to be an element of luck in trading. Everything doesn't have to work out perfectly. It doesn't have to be, everything's not going to look the same. Every A+ setup is not going to look the same or perform the same or run the same way. But when you get into the market and you have an edge, you need to just, have that edge in the market and benefit whenever you're on the right side, right? And that's what I need to do better at. I need to limit losses. If we look at these stats, man, this is brutal here. Obviously, cherry picking. If we don't trade on Thursday or Tuesdays, we would have avoided 700 here, 500, 1,200 minus this 100, about around $1,000 in losses we could have avoided. Not trading Tuesdays. That's cherry picked. That's not realistic. That's not how trading works. Tuesdays aren't always going to lose. But just kind of thought that was funny to throw out that if I just avoided losing or trading Tuesdays, we would have been in a lot different spot. Pretty much similar if we just avoided trading on week 2 of this month. We would have been in a lot better spot. So, again, that's not how trading works. That's not how life works. That's not how getting better works. You can't just say, oh, if I didn't do this, right, you learn from it. But I did think that was pretty interesting. Last thing I want to say before I end this video, because I don't have too much else to talk about, and I don't need to ramble about psychology every single day. This was a trade review. So this is the last thing I'll say in this video is that I saw this guy's channel here yesterday. I was just watching YouTube. Let me switch. Hopefully this doesn't show any. Okay, it shows my email. You guys can email me if you want. Whatever. This is crazy, the view count on this, on that Joe Rogan episode right here. I mean, 40 million views. But that is not what I was trying to do. Let me find my YouTube search, and yeah, hopefully I don't have anything crazy in here. Yeah, I was interested. Yeah, this is my YouTube feed pretty much, right here. Dodgies. I don't remember actually even watching this video. Oh no, this is the live. I was in his live stream this morning. Yeah. Okay. But where's the thing I wanted to show you guys? Right here. I don't want to get copyright, so I need to just look at his channel. Okay, I'm on his channel. Okay. This guy here, he has 72 subscribers. I'm not subscribed currently, so I'll actually subscribe. I didn't realize that. I was watching some of his videos last night. As you can see, I watched all the way through these videos. I'm not going to click on them because I don't want to get this video taken down for whatever reason. I don't think it will. This guy, he is not profitable yet. I literally cannot tell you guys how much I relate to every single thing this man said. Every single word this man said. Watch this video right here. It has 14 views. I'm one of those 14 views. I watched the entire video. I watched it in 2x speed, but watch this video. He reads through some of his journal, and I know you guys see from me, I talk about, the struggles and all this stuff. This guy has lost way more money than I've ever lost. Again, I'm not trying to flex on him or anything like that. I'm not trying to talk down. But he has more experience than me in terms of losing money. He's lost thousands of his own dollars. He talked about a day where he lost 10 grand on his own live account. That's mental. I don't even have 10 grand I don't even have 10 grand, bro. I don't even have that much money. I wouldn't even know how to react to that. I lose $50 if I blow my evaluation account. This guy's videos, I love this video too. This is a great video. This was kind of interesting. I wouldn't really recommend that video. It's all right. I mean, it's interesting. But this video here, watch this video. I'm sure a lot of his other videos where he talks. This guy is so underrated, and I get it, right? I get why his stuff's underrated, because it's hard. It's just hard to grow on YouTube. It's kind of luck a lot of times. I'm very lucky that my channel's grown at all, and just some things hit, some things don't, right? I think he's starting to pick up the algorithm, which is really cool. I think the title, the reason why these two videos are doing better is just because the titles are really good. And that's just my opinion YouTube-wise, because I like social media stuff. This title's good, right? That's why his channel is getting views on those and not on Trading Without a Stop Loss or this one right here with 3 views, right? It makes sense if this one gets 3 views. No hate, it's probably a good video. Made 10K, but it doesn't say trading anything like that, right? That's just against the thing, right? But this guy, if you're struggling, even if you're not struggling, go check out his trading, right? And his YouTube, right? You don't have to go. I don't want to not go in there to learn any strategy, but he's been doing it for a long time. He's been doing it for 4 years and maybe closer to 3. But I really did enjoy watching his videos because it really shows you, someone that's doing as well. And everything he says in these videos, I agree with. He talks about feeling like he's not going to ever be able to succeed at trading. Like all the psychology stuff I talk about, he talks about tenfold. He has more experience on it. I don't know I don't know what his strategy is. I don't know how he trades, anything like that. But he has so much value in the stuff he's saying that it's just refreshing to see someone talk about. I'm so glad I found this channel because it's so refreshing to see someone that has. I mean, he talks about feeling like it's all fake and that no one makes money. He obviously rationalizes it and says obviously people do make money and that's possible to be, but he feels like maybe he, for some reason, like his brain or whatever, can't physically trade and that's something stopping him, and that he's, maybe he's just not cut out for it, and all these different fears and doubts, and that's what I'm saying. This video is really, really good. It was a really, really good channel. Really cool guy. I've not even commented on any stuff. I've never talked to him, but I really I was watching his stuff last night because it just came across my feed. I saw this, and maybe if you guys have seen this video, because it's in the trading space, it's starting to pick up a little bit of traction, right? 500 views is really good for a small creator in the trading space, right? Same way that you guys have seen in any of my videos is because a few videos pick up, right? And they do all right. So just go watch this video, right? It's good. I really think it's good, especially if you're struggling because, again, I don't want, like, and if he sees this video, I'm not talking down at all because I've been doing this for a year and a half and I don't have any success either. But I look at this, I'm like, dang, 4 years. Like, I don't want to be doing this for 4 years without being profitable. But it's not how trading works, right? You follow your rules and you get better. Everyone has a different path. And it's nice to see someone that's real. This is a real human being that's doing this. This isn't someone that's has 1 million followers on Instagram, like Alex Eubanks, that is getting into trading, and he's now, selling a Discord that he doesn't run, but some random kid in high school runs, and it's like, okay, like, that's not real. That's not trading. That's not the reality. When Alex Eubanks tells you that he's getting better at trading, and again, if somehow there's no chance Alex Eubanks sees this video, but if he did see it, this is not any way, shape, or form hate to Alex Eubanks. I actually like the dude. When I used to post on TikTok fitness content, we actually mutually followed each other, which was pretty cool. I have proof of that if anyone doubts me. I don't know why anyone would doubt me, but yeah, I like the dude. I think he's cool. I like the stuff that he stands for. I don't know him personally, obviously, but I think the way that he promotes trading is kind of a joke because it's not real, right? I don't know how much he promotes it anymore, but that's just my thoughts, right? But I don't hate anyone that's trying to get a bag, right? He's making a lot of money selling mentorship, and I'm sure that the guy that runs it is profitable. I'm sure, because otherwise, it's not going to work, right? And I know he's not going to promote something that doesn't work. But my point being is, you'll see guys like that, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is so easy," or if you just surround yourself with the right people. But this is a true, honest depiction of trading. I mean, I'm going to watch this. I think this will be a great video too. I mean, I actually really like this guy's content. I think it's really underrated. Just wanted to give about a 4, 5, 6 minute shout out to this guy because, his bio. I have a passion for trading, everything that comes with it. Welcome to my cave. Welcome to the laboratory. I love it, man. You can tell that he has a lot of passion for his trading, and yeah, I just hope that he continues to get better, and I hope he gets profitable as well, right? That's why one of the biggest things, if I ever do become profitable consistently, it would mean the world to be able to teach people, right? I'm not saying that I would ever, that I'm guaranteed I'm just going to be a Discord seller, but if I genuinely had the ability to teach trading and I was genuinely profitable and I was genuinely making money every single month, I would love to teach people how to trade. Obviously, I would do it for money. I'm not just going to sit here and do it for free. But if I had value to provide, like Dodgy or Justin, I learned a lot from Justin. I paid him a lot of money, right? $60 a month. I never paid Dodgy directly because I didn't need to at the time, but I would love to have my own Discord at some point. That's so far down the line because I would want months and months of profitability, right? Plain and simple, I'd want actual proof that I'm profitable over and over. But just seeing this guy makes me want to get to the point where I'm profitable, so that I can help other people. Because when you're on the internet, you don't see the people that comment on these videos that aren't profitable. I don't get to see your life. I don't get to see your emotions. I don't know who you are, right? I know a lot of you guys' comments, and I appreciate that. But I don't know a lot of you guys, like, you guys know a lot about me, in a sense, at least in my trading journey, because I post about it, right? So seeing this has been motivating to me to be like, man, if I can become profitable and make a lot of money trading, there's so many real human beings that are questioning if it's even possible. And being the person that could provide that would be sick. So again, I mean, I'm not shouting out a Discord right now. I don't have a Discord. I'm not even on Discord. I've purged all of that right now. That's not my focus whatsoever. But it's definitely something that I would love to do in the future if I was profitable. So fingers crossed I do become profitable at some point, right? And I would love to teach people, because seeing this has me motivated to just become profitable, because I would love to see someone that's been struggling with trading and then just be able to flip the light switch. Like Justin did for me when I was struggling trading. Justin Whirlin switched the light switch for me, and I learned a lot. And now I can read the market well on my own, and I'm doing better. Obviously, I'm not profitable yet, but these are the things that, I can't wait till when I am profitable, I can call up Justin or Dodgy and say, look, you guys really changed my trading and really changed how I trade, and you changed my life, really. I mean, if Justin wasn't there, it'd be someone else. If Dodgy wasn't there, it'd be someone else. I'm sure I'd still learn. So it's not like the one person's the master of trading and that you can never learn from anyone else, but in a sense, that person did change your life, right? Justin would have changed my life. Even in a sense, TJR, you guys can see, subscribe to TJR right here. He, in a sense, changed my life too because I had no idea about trading ICT concepts until I saw his stuff on TikTok. So I don't really learn too much from him besides watching his earliest boot camp, but he still changed my life in a sense. So really wanted to give this guy a shout out. Really want to talk about that because it was just really cool. It just really inspired me last night. And I think his stuff's really great. So would appreciate if you guys go over there and show him some love because I think he's doing a great job. And I'm going to be watching this video here later. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we have a great day tomorrow. Was it Thursday? Let's see what the news we got going on is, and then we'll hop off of this. Thursday, we have some CPI. All right, we got a lot of news this week. So, yeah, I do apologize for making this video longer. That was not my intention, but today was a fun day to go over in the charts, and I wanted to shout that guy out. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Not going to keep this going any longer. Peace.